All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and start on IG. Let's try a little something else was supposed to have played. All right, all right, all right. Good evening. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, everybody. We are back, brothers and sisters, to talk about the Money Game book review. Tonight is Tuesday. We were not here on Saturday. We come on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Was not here this past Saturday. We had to attend a wedding for Brother Ronald and Sister Khadijah. Sister Mahassan tied the knot. So we had to be there for that joyful ceremony. So we're back here Tuesday night, brothers and sisters, to talk about yours truly, the Money Game, so Black people can win and dominate. So definitely tune in on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. Share the stream and definitely go to the website at the bottom of your screen. On IG, go to themoneygamebook.com and get some free gifts there just by signing up, because we are intended to make this book not just a book, but a movement, right? And not a mass movement, but a movement nonetheless. Those of us of like mind who subscribe to the idea of winning the money game so we can win and dominate. Looking for those like-minded individuals, go to themoneygamebook.com, get your 2 free gifts, and we'll network, right? We'll network. We're living in a time now, a lot is going on. We see turmoil around the world, wars and, famine. There's a lot of things is going on, brothers and sisters. And if it has not affected us directly like that, then God has given us a chance so we can unite, we can come together, and we can make a difference, and we can make things better for those of us who know the time and what must be done, as the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad so rightfully told us. So we want to come here and look for you. We're looking for people that are looking for us, so we can go ahead and move this concept, this idea, this concept, this way of thinking, the psyche of playing the money game so Black people can win and dominate. We're not concerned about anything else. We're not concerned about anybody else. We're not concerned about the strong language that we're using, the bold language of the money game, the strong language so Black people can win and dominate. Whoever feels uncomfortable, whoever's offended by that, it says more about them than what they're saying about us, those of us who subscribe to that strong, definitive language. Because if you and I are going to win and dominate, have a chance to win and dominate the money game, or any game for that matter, we have to have a definitive mindset. Our mindset has to be determined and resolved in what it is that we want, unapologetically. So what I do is I come on here live, brothers and sisters, and share with you just a little peep into this book. This is my first book. I plan on writing another book. I'll tell you about that later. But this is my first book. I released it last November on my birth anniversary, November 23rd of 2023, as my gift, as my contribution, as my legacy, as my way of leaving something behind after I'm gone that will contribute to the town hall discussion of Black people and money, winning and dominating, and addressing the plague, if you will, of our inefficiency and our lack of understanding when it comes to this thing called money. So I want to talk about something tonight that's in chapter 15. It's entitled, what is it entitled? You have to cheat to win. Excuse me. I've learned over my years of studying personal development, studying to be a stockbroker, real estate investor, just my years of studying and being a student in this space called money, financial freedom. I've learned that it's a lot that's required that we need to understand. We cannot be ignorant to certain aspect of winning and dominating when it comes to money. We can't afford it. It'll cost us more than anything else if we're just ignorant in too many areas, our lack of understanding. The Bible says wisdom is good, knowledge is good, but of all these things get ye understanding. So what is it about understanding that even supersedes knowledge or wisdom? So we have to understand the dynamics of the money game in general, and more specifically on winning and dominating. And the bulk of that, 80% of that, is not strategies and techniques. It's mindset and our psychological relationship to the idea of money. What money means to us psychologically. How do we relate to money when giving it and receiving it and seeing it in our environment, our society? So in chapter 15 of this book, there's 19 chapters and a bonus chapter, right? I think the title of the chapter is called 5 Myths to the Money Game. Excuse me. And the subsection in there is called You Have to Cheat to Win. Now, that idea is basically breaking up the paradigm in our mind that when you see somebody financially successful or appear to be financially successful, a negative thought comes in our mind on how they got it, how they obtained it, how they're able to keep it in a time when it seems like there's loss, financial loss. Call to prayer, y'all. Financial loss. When inflation is high, gas is high, food is high, so much uncertainty. How can you see these individuals in society that are certain financially? So it's common in America's psyche when it comes to wealth and ambiance. It's not unusual for the majority of the people and even our minds to think something's wrong. What are they doing? It's, and depend on who's driving a car, right? Who it is that's living that life, it becomes more prominent that our thinking is that of negativity. Oh, they must be a this. They must be a rapper. They must be doing something illegal. It must be because he's too young to be in a car like this, that, and the other. Right? So we have negative overtones as it pertains to money. We should never, under any circumstances, attach negative thoughts to money. That will be to your demise, to my demise. So they have to be cheating in order to win. That is not the case, brothers and sisters, right? That's not an absolute truth. Everybody that's winning financially is not cheating. You can't believe that because it's not true. You only want to believe that which is true. All right. So it is not true that the reason why they got it is because they're cheating. Because if you believe that to any extent, then you're going to believe that you have to cheat. You have to be untruthful to some extent, even if it's just a little, in order to achieve financial prosperity. And I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, that is not the case. That is an absolute lie. Because if that was the case or is the case and that is true, then I will never have the opportunity to be rich or to win and dominate at the money game. So I'm not going to subscribe to that at any stretch of the imagination. And I suggest that you do the same as well. So don't think that you have to cheat to any degree to win and dominate the money game. It's not true. And I mentioned in the book, there's laws, tax laws that you and I can use legally to minimize and even eliminate our tax liability to the government. Rich people use it all the time. So it's not something that's in some secret cabal somewhere, some secret organization. It's not something that only the Illuminati and the Skull and Bones have knowledge of. We're talking about just basic tax laws that you and I can use to zero out our tax bill legally, ethically, right? So therefore, if we know how to use just have that understanding and go out and find out how you and I can apply the tax laws, doing it the right way to minimize, eliminate our taxes, then we'll be on our road to winning and dominating at the money game. Because one of the many enemies of you and I winning and dominating is taxation. Federal tax, income tax. And unfortunately, for some of you all who live and have state income tax. So I said in other parts of my book, if we can beat Uncle Sam at the tax game, that would increase and accelerate your and my winning and dominating at the money game. So don't ever think that you have to cheat in order to win at the money game. Cheating is cheating and winning is winning. And they don't necessarily go together. Yeah, some people losing at the money game and cheating. You have some people that's not cheating. They're honest people and losing at the money game. So that right there lets you know there's no relationship between the two. All right. So brothers and sisters, get the book. Go to themoneygamebook.com. Get your 2 free gifts. One of them will be an audio entitled The Money Game. Right. The other one is a private Zoom we're going to have. We haven't scheduled yet. As soon as we exceed 100 subscribers to that website. So if you're watching, you have not subscribed, brother and sister. If you watch this much of this live stream or this video, then you owe it to yourself to go to themoneygamebook.com and subscribe. So when we get past 100 subscribers on that list, then I'm going to send out the date and time of the Zoom so you can come on. I can come on. We can get to know each other. We can share and we can talk about the book. You can ask questions about ideas and concepts in the book, because surely this is not a workbook. This is not a textbook. So it doesn't go into details of how to are textbooks, courses, training material. This is a book that's designed to prick your conscience, have you think totally different about how to play the money game if you want to win and dominate. So we're going to have this special Zoom call once we exceed 100, and then we'll be able to come on there and talk about it. And God willing, this is June, I think 17th, 18th. So by the end of June, definitely we should be past 100. The last I checked last week, we're at 85. So surely we should exceed that here in the next week or so. And then we can set out those notifications and we can get together. All right. And we can start something, we can get in here and get involved. And there's some other things that's in the making behind this book that's growing from this book. One in particularly this Sunday, the 23rd of June, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll have episode number 4 of The Money Game on YouTube, on Closing the Gap Broadcast YouTube channel. We'll have episode number 4, How to Win and Dominate at the Money Game. That's going to be our topic. And we're going to have your courage coach on there, Asad Muhammad. And I'm going to talk about how to win and dominate at this thing called money, the money game. That's this Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Closing the Gap Broadcast Network on YouTube. So go there, subscribe, hit the notification. That way you won't miss it. And if you're on my list, you're going to be reminded through email. All right, brothers and sisters. So join us, because we're expanding and we're growing to fulfill the need that I see, that I know that's a void in our community. Not that there's other people not addressing it from this perspective, but there's so many Black people, right? There's 40 million of us. And it's going to take more than a dozen or 20 or whatever to really ring this alarm, to wake us up out of this sleep. Even if we're making big money, to win and dominate is on a whole different consciousness. All right. So join us on the YouTube. this Sunday. We got merch that we're rolling out with, and we're doing some other things, brothers and sisters. But tap in, as they say, tap in, and then that way you can keep abreast on what we're doing and what we're going to do together. Stop being a spectator. You cannot win and dominate the money game being a spectator in your own life. Be a participant. Let's get together. All right. So go to themoneygamebook.com, get your free gift. Stay tuned. Look for the notification for the Zoom. And God willing, we'll be back Thursday to talk about this book. All right. And cover some more content right here from this book. Oh, yeah. And once you subscribe to that website on page 2, then you'll be able to buy the book, because you definitely need to get it. All right. Brothers and sisters, thank you for being here. Sure appreciate you. See you Thursday, God willing. And as always, I'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our Black community deserves your very best. All right. So let's get on out of here. Let's see.